Yeah, recording helps. That's true. All right. So here's my understanding of how some of the things actually work. I'm yet to validate this, but I'm still presenting to you with the raw understanding. Raw means it's not completely validated or processed up until now, but it's significant in terms of what it is, right? At least for me. Um, See, I'm not a Hindu by religion, but many of the Hindu practices which people around me do, and my wife does, and other people do, they're all there is a good sense to most of those practices, and especially like for example, very interestingly, in the time of the lunar eclipse, when my mother-in-law, she mentioned to both of us, "Ki don't go out, don't do certain things, don't do certain things." And I was like, "But why not?" She didn't know the answer, but we figured out the answer later on. I showed you guys also, and that was very remarkably true as to what they are told to not do. We validated it energetically. Ki, this actually makes a lot of sense to not do so and so and so. Then there was science, and then there was belief system. Okay, this actually makes sense now. Now, just to help you see a little bit further in these days of the Pitru Paksha thing, which is actually going on, where you work. It is said that the line um, of the veil between you and your ancestors becomes much thinner. I'm not saying it's completely true, but this is what is said. And interestingly, the very important part about this is um, the offering of the meals to, well, to some kinds of animals. Actually, it is said that crows represents ancestors of some type, and then some people also give it, if there are no crows around, they also give it to whatever animal is available, I think. So and some of them, I think, also give it to Brahmins and other people also. Depends on, I think, the culture and the people. Point is to give away food. Um, so interestingly, you have to make things that they like, and then offer it to them, right? So think about it. See, they cannot the cows also. They cannot actually eat, right? You understand this. Once assuming most of them are dead, they can't really eat. Then what's the point of doing this? It is said it is said that they shouldn't stay attached to you. That's why you offer them symbolically or in this way what they want and give it to animals. What sense does that make? What sense does it make? This is very prevalent in long back. I'm not saying it's completely prevalent right now. I mean, not as, I don't know how powerful it is right now, but back in the day, it was very potent, very powerful. That's why this went on, right? Here's the question. Why would somebody has started this pratha or this tradition when the people who are dead can't access the food physically? Unless those that are on the other side have a mechanism to energetically, I don't want to use the word taste it, but similar to that, like can absorb it, or in some way take it in, not completely, symbolically at least. For example, a person who is a drunkard, I'm not saying you offer alcohol to crows, but it is important to understand the inner teaching also of this. It is said that a drunkard hangs around after dying where the other drunkards are, and he tries to obsess them or possess the body of the drunkard so he can get the feeling of alcohol in whichever mechanisms are possible. Sometimes smell is possible, sometimes taste is possible, But the whole thing of obsession or coming inside somebody and trying to experience it doesn't go away that fast. This is given in the book Astral Body and the Astral Phenomenon. You have to understand that not every person who's dead is dead in the sense of the word. There are mechanisms from the other side to try and, you know, get in the living body of some people. It doesn't happen to people who are meditating. Doesn't, which is something I don't know how applicable is it as of today. But back in the day, people weren't very mentally strong. They were very emotional. They were not very intellectually developed. Their lifestyles, I don't know how what their lifestyles were, and so it was easier probably to obsess them and then do what you wanted to do, versus maybe today people are much more intellectually developed. They are very good in reasoning. I'm talking about generally. I'm not saying in specific people. Like you may still find people who are the same old type, but in general speaking, things are very different today. So when you offer them something specifically, and the animals come and have it, it's an opportunity for them, if they are deeply craving for a specific sensation, to take it, say, via the animals, and nobody gets harmed in the process. They take whatever they want to take, and then they. Now, why it is important also? This is important because imagine that there is. You remember I told you that the first 6 or 7 chapters are talking only about hell in Garuda Purana. Practically only describe. Why would a Garuda Purana talk so much about it unless and until the hell is not like hell as in a bad hell. It is the state of suffering of the soul. One of those suffering is in relation to earthly attachment of foods, mostly the kind of things that they like to eat a lot. And if you don't get it, of course, you don't get it in afterlife, right? That causes a lot of suffering, which is why you practically make that only what they like, not general food. They like dokla, you don't give them, you know, fafda. You give them what they like, and you offer that to animals, right? Point is that you that burning feeling that is happening inside in the inner world gets quenched to some level, for sure, when you offer what they specifically like and give it to, say, for example, animals is just a means and mechanism. You don't have to actually give it to animals, but the point is that animal becomes a mechanism for them to feel good, for example, right? It is science. This seems to me for right now to be one of the sciences by which this actually works. Um, for example, also that there are multiple kind of things that you do for your ancestors. Sometimes you donate in the name of your ancestors. There are mechanisms in which you donate to organizations and to charitable institutions, because that helps neutralize their load of negative karma and helps them move forward. See, you will not do anything for your ancestors if they were very peaceful and happy, right? Logic, very simple logic. You will do nothing for them if they're very peaceful, very happy, if they are in the best state of health and mind. You will never do anything for them because you don't need it, actually, right? However, if they were unhappy, if there are strong bondages between ancestors and you, then you will do forgiveness, then you will do tithing or charity in their name, so their negative karma goes down and yours also goes down along with them, and you will do all these things. Do you understand the logic? These things are recipes for coming out of bad situations. They're not for happy, healthy ancestors. All right? Makes logical sense. Let's go forward. Today, we'll do a little bit different an approach. Be aware of the heart and the crown chakra through invocation. To the Supreme God, to the Great Divine Father and the Great Divine Mother, thank you for your priceless blessings, for your divine light, divine love, divine power, divine healing, guidance, mercy, help, and protection. Thank you. To our great spiritual teacher, to all the great spiritual teachers, to all the great gods and goddesses, to all the great, great ones, we very, very humbly thank you for your great blessings. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lord God. Thank you so much. All right. Be aware of the heart and the crown. Say, Lord God, thank you for filling my heart chakra and my crown chakra with tremendous substance of love. Again, Lord God, thank you for filling my heart chakra and my crown chakra with tremendous substance of love. Again, Lord God, thank you for filling my heart chakra and my crown chakra with tremendous substance of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's use soul formation a little bit more quickly today. I want to spend more time on the ancestors well apart. Keep your awareness on the crown chakra. Crown chakra is for a good meditator. The crown chakra is like a radiant lotus flower. The colors are almost impossible to describe. Very, very luminous, very radiant, very powerful. Has a central core of gold inside of it. Very beautifully verbalized. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. I use my mind. I use my emotional and my mental body to think, to perceive, to express, to live in the lower worlds. I am the soul. I am connected and one with my higher soul. I am connected and one with my divine spark. I am connected and one with God. And I am connected and one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the capacity of the brain to experience it. I am the soul. All right. Now open your eyes. There is just one thing about talking that I am a soul. Second is living that I am a soul is very different. When you say living the fact that I am a soul, the way you will address this living part is very different compared to how you would you know address for example, the just remembering it. When you live as a soul, it has a very, very different impact on your well-being, especially emotional, mental well-being. The way you think, the way you perceive, the way you analyze, it's very different after that. So at least for at least a couple of hours a day, try to live like a soul. Souls are not attached to anything in the lower worlds, situations, people, finances, not attached. They do whatever is right all the time. They're not like this. There is no malice, there is no desire to do anything, which there's no personal desire. So unless you experience that state, you would not know what I'm talking about also. So try at least for a couple of hours a day, at least 1 hour a day, to live in that state of uh, live like a soul. That would be quite. For example, there's a very good mentor of mine. He describes it as, for example, that when you eat food, know in your mind that the soul is using the body to feed itself, right? When you're feeling an emotion, know the fact that the soul is creating the emotion or perceiving an emotion through the use of the emotional body, right? So, and that the more and more you do it, the more and more you will realize eventually that you, the soul, have much greater power over the bodies than the bodies have over you, which means you, the soul, have more power over situations than situations have over you. This is something to be actually realized. It's not something which is verbally, or it's not debate worthy, it's realization worthy. Yeah. All right. Raise your hands. Be aware of the heart and the crown chakra. Today, we will bless ancestors, all the 12 generations of ancestors, but with this, but with all the energy that they need to move forward and not remain stuck. Yeah. See, there's everything is about that. Nobody wants stuck ancestors. Not you, not me. Nobody, right? Raise your hands. Be aware of the heart and the crown chakra. Imagine or visualize multiple points of light representing 12 generation of ancestors in front of you. Thousands, actually thousands. Visualize. Let's first bless them with tremendous amount of love. Love energy looks like gold or golden pink energy. Feed all these souls with tremendous amount of love. And as you're feeding the love, you will tell your ancestors very nicely, the souls, that may this energy of love bring soothing feeling to all of you. Soothing, beautiful feeling to all of you. May this bring a nice, calm, gentle breeze in case if it's scorching for you. May you be soothed of your pain, of your sorrow, suffering, or any kind of unwholesome internal condition. With the love that I project towards all of you, may you let go of all your attachments. May you move forward, and may you be very, very peaceful. Also bless all your ancestors with tremendous energy of understanding. Say, may all of my ancestors be blessed with tremendous energy of understanding of how things work, understanding of the nature of suffering, understanding of possible solutions as to how to come out of suffering, and understanding enough to help them act on it. In their case, it would be letting go. Understanding, tremendous understanding. All these beautiful souls be fed with whatever energies they are seeking. Good energies, wholesome energies. Say, Supreme God, make me a very humble instrument of all these energies, and may all of your ancestors be fed with all the wholesome energies that their soul is seeking. Say, God bless everyone. God bless all of my ancestors, and may they move forward in their line of progress and evolution. May they not remain stuck anymore. So be it, so be it, so be it, so be it, so be it. Keep your hands down. Imagine a brilliant point of light on top of your head. Very peacefully observe the point of light and be still. All right, your closing prayer. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, thank you for your great blessings. Thank you so much to our great spiritual teacher, to all the great spiritual teachers, to all the great gods and goddesses, to all the great, great ones. Be very, very humbly thank you for your great blessings. Thank you for continuing to guide all of us and make better sense of things when it comes to performance in our daily lives. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. See you tomorrow and take care. Have a great, great day. Have fun. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. So, for example, if you and your ancestors were connected about this much, say 3, 4 days back, today the connection has gone down to good. Good, good, good. Get rid of all this. Be free, please. Yeah. Be free. Live your own life. That's very, very important. Chaliye, take care. Atma namaste and stay good. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.